Yo, I keep whacking my head on. Oh goodness, guys, go play. Mommy busy. Oh gosh, like OMG. Whoo. That's crazy. That is not funny. That is not funny. Wow. Wow. Mm. Yo, somebody vision is getting straight checked. Like straight checked. Like dang, it's going so many different. Oh wait. Mm. I was trying not to give it. 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 Wow. Hmm. Where do I start, Lord? Where would you like me to start? It's giving jumping beans. This message is giving jumping beans. Like it's kind of ever so slightly all over the place, but it's because when I say folks gonna learn to stop laughing at the wrong things, they're gonna. Mm, mm. Woo, 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 woo. Somebody about to be laughing to the bank. Somebody about to not find shit funny. Somebody playing both sides. Cause not too long, like maybe 5 minutes before I hopped on here, I was doing like this, like. And when spirit really like, brought to my attention what was going on, somebody playing both sides, like both sides. Both sides. Why one hand look lighter than the other? Y'all see this? Y'all see this? Do y'all see this? Y'all see this? This hand look somebody mixed. Somebody is a mixed breed, like mixed breed. You know, back in the days they used to call them type of individuals mutts or something of the such. And they're trying to figure out what type of nationality this person is. But it also gave, I heard vanilla and chocolate ice cream. Something about black versus white. This totally took a turn. Totally took a turn. Like, I heard fearing for my life. Not me, but fearing for my life. I'm here. Calm down. Calm down. Somebody is like fucked up in the head, like they shocked. Something that they were in denial about, like they were in denial about something and they were trying to convince somebody else to be in denial about it. But what's happening right now, like right now, it's just like, I just heard an ambulance. A fight is breaking out. And it's all because one person said something about somebody else, but the person that was being talked about, an individual was defending them, and it just like when it took a turn. Right, literally right before I hopped on here, this ear started ringing, and then this ear started itching. Somebody gets nervous and hot and bothered when you like pop up on the scene, or when you like, come around, if you would. Because a little bit before I did this, you know what I'm saying, to demonstrate the meaning behind that and to show y'all the difference in my hands, I got kind of like hot. You make somebody hot and bothered and nervous, because it was given like, okay, let's use, for example, you're getting ready to take your I'm hearing state test. You know what I'm saying? The way you feel all nervous, your hands gets all sweaty and stuff like that. That's the way you make somebody feel. They fumbling, like they acting like they're trying to find. It's not funny. It is so not funny. It's so not funny. It's not funny. It's so somebody thought father's working on my tongue, so y'all gotta really, really excuse me. Somebody thought this ish was a joke. Somebody thought it was a joke. I'm hearing throw them bows. Ludacris song, throw them bows. Somebody about to throw them bows. Like, I also, Again, somebody think this ish is a joke. Like somebody was trying to be sentimental slash sincere and the individual was laughing in their face. Somebody feel like you laughing in their face. They got that I want to slap the out of you look on their face. Then of course you got the individual that's like, what did I miss? What did Woo! Goodness gracious. No, it's not funny. 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 I know I could very well so get in trouble for laughing at certain things, but yeah, somebody thought that something was real funny and it's like backfiring or is about to backfire. It's giving echo like something is up in the air. If it's up, then it's up. If it's up, then it's stuck. Like, ooh, somebody done started something. They done riled something up, and it's something that they can't really like, you know what I'm saying, bring back down. Like they can't. It's kind of like I'm seeing water being thrown on a fire. Like, like a bucket of water was just being. They trying to put that fire out. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be watching me from. I thank you for tuning in to Elevating Row. But like the title says, it is what it is. I wasn't bit more thinking about my t-shirt. I wasn't. But the way that the messages dropped, and like I said, right before I hopped on here, my right ear started inging. My right ear started ringing. If what the heck? Felt like I had a headband on. I heard, why you do that? Somebody asked somebody, why you do that? Too much right on the nose with a smidge of the nosy. But again, Spirit said it is what it is. Yeah, I keep saying that they ain't gonna fight. One individual got some hands. One individual, like, the individual that is defending themselves for talking crazy on the unanimous person's name, she, she got them hands. She got them hands. Like, she got them hands. Somebody know you got them hands. They want to see your hands. Somebody want to see somebody fight. Somebody trying to pin somebody. to fight somebody. Yeah, and the individual's like, she got them hands. You might not want to. They betting on the individual that is trying to be pinned to fight. Somebody is betting on, yeah, thank you, Father. Somebody is betting, like they putting their money on the underdog. Yeah, the underdog whooped them. And somebody like, it is what it is. Like, ain't no retaliation. It is what it is. Like, you shouldn't have provoked it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't want it to go no further. Because unfortunately, if it go further, like, it's not gonna be pretty. That person is being silly. Like, they stands is funny. Like the way they stands in, like the way they stands in, they being funny, but they about to tag that ass. They about to boo boo boo. Like, you still want to? Okay, boo 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 boo. Nobody is allowed to jump in this. It's the type of energy, like nobody's allowed to jump into the fight. They want this to be a fair and square, like head up, toe to toe type fight. Where in the is this coming from? That's what the chuckling was about. Somebody like, I told you so. I told you so. I told you so. Folks, it's one too many people on this earth that really think fat meat ain't greasy and that it don't pop when they get real hot. You know what I'm saying? When the grease start to get real hot, and if you don't really know what you're doing, you can get burned. Like, you, them little bitty pops be hurting. Like, them little bitty jabs is gonna hurt. They gonna sting like hot grease. All is fair in war and life. All is fair in war and light. Yeah, this is a spiritual thing. It's not like it's not a real fight. It's given slightly the energy of a real fight, but this is more of a spiritual fight, like spiritual squads going at it. Spiritual squads going at it. Warriors come out and play type energy. Somebody gonna get bust up. Somebody gonna get bust up. Somebody gonna get bust upside the head with a bottle. I heard I tried to took and told you. Leave well enough alone. Somebody playing with something they shouldn't be playing with and started something that they shouldn't have started. All out of jealousy and their emotions and da 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 da, like just a bunch of just stupid, childish, petty ish. Something about somebody was losing a one sided, unfair fight, and now it's about to be made fair, like it's about to be even. Dang, what was the name of that movie? Buddy Car sounds like, I don't even know if that's a guy, but there's a neighbor around here that has a car, and you can hear um their muffler. You know what I'm saying? And the energy that I got from it, it's giving, what is that movie? I want to say Jeepers Creepers. When you would hear his car, Jeepers Creepers, where'd you get those peepers? But this, like, it's not giving like actual Jeepers Creepers. It's giving like they understand that you can see in the spirit. They like, where you get them peepers from? Where you, God. You don't get peepers like this from just like, you know what I'm saying? This is not something that you can practice. My ear is so hot. It is hot. Hot, hot, hot. I am definitely somewhere I shouldn't be. Definitely hot and heavy energy. Like, it's getting hot in here. So take off all your clothes. I am getting so hot. I want to take your clothes off. Heck yeah. Because frustrated. Somebody frustrated. Oh my God. Here we go again. I mean, what people got to understand is like if you get frustrated at a particular situation or a person, like you don't have to entertain it, you don't have to come around it, you don't have to listen to it, you don't have to watch it, etc., etc. Like, don't upset yourself when you don't have to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? We have the right to make the choice. Like, oh, I don't think I want to go over there. Like, I see a fight from the distance, but everything in you is telling you to not go over there and like get a closer look type energy. Like, you don't have to go get a closer look. Just like with people platforms and stuff, you don't have to, you know what I'm saying, hop on a platform. None of that. 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 Like, none of it. 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 All of these comments should be held for review. Not gonna hold you. Every last one of them except the hi. The individuals that said hi, hello, how are you? What's up? What's good is my response. But the other ones, yeah, they need to be held for review. YouTube. Yeah. You don't get to pick and choose. You don't get to pick and choose. You know what's right and you know what's wrong. Mm-mm. Somebody know what's right and they know what's wrong, but they choosing to not side with what's right. Mm. I got a burp, but it don't want to come up. So that's why I said this message took a nice little turn. It took a nice little turn. I understand now why I was laughing, but it took a nice little turn that I wasn't expecting it to take. And Father originally brought me on here because someone was speaking about the energy of Mommy Dearest. He brought it to my attention earlier. he hasn't really showed me who is speaking on this mommy dearest, or you know what I'm saying, is like opinionating the mommy dearest stuff. But um he was pointing out to me why mommy dearest was misunderstood, if you would. Yeah, I think this about to come down. This hairstyle about to come down. I need to wash my hair. Um, I have in mind what the other hairstyle is gonna be, but anywho, um, I vaguely remember that movie. I only saw it like 2 to 3 times, but I was kind of young when I saw it. So, of course, my opinion could be kind of biased because I was young. And it was like, wait, that's not how you treat no children or no child. You know what I'm saying? But what father was revealing to me about the mommy dearest energy is that it's very misunderstood. Of course, that mom was spoiled, a little vindictive, a little manipulative. Um, I mean, I always understood that. But the boy turned out fine. Absolutely fine. But anywho, um she was a little rich and entitled. Something about evil stepmom. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna do my best to try to watch that movie tonight because my mother ain't never really went to the extent that that woman went to, but um she was a little trippy. She was a little trippy. She was definitely a little trippy. Somebody being raised by a mommy dearest. Hmm. Okay. She definitely played favoritism. From what I remember about the movie, she definitely played favoritism. But eventually, if I'm remembering correctly, they learned to work together to, you know what I'm saying, like come up against her. But like I said, that's originally why the father brought me on here because he brought it back to my attention earlier around lunchtime. I was making some lunch. I was washing the dishes actually to straighten up the kitchen to get ready to make me some lunch. And as I was washing the dishes, um, the Mommy Dearest movie was dropped in my spirit, just clean out the blue. Like I'm like, whoa, who, who this fucks? The devil is a liar. Them kids are rotten. No, not at all. Um, It's definitely giving the energy of projecting, and it doesn't bother me. But somebody is actually being raised by a mommy dearest. And little do what people understand is it builds structure for the kids. It might put a little fear in the kids when it comes to the parent, but it builds character and structure, strength. Um, these are all the things that Father had dropped in my spirit pertaining to it around lunchtime when he dropped it in my spirit. You see what I'm saying? Um, not gonna hold you. She would definitely take your life pertaining to them kids. She would take your life. She was definitely teaching them some life lessons. She was definitely teaching them some life lessons. Um, good and bad. Um, disobedience. All of those things that a lot of individuals are afraid of instilling in their kids. It's given a different format of disciplining the kids without putting your hands on them. The sparking of uniqueness. Like he's showing me the scene of the little girl in the movie when Mommy Dearest made the little girl clean the bathroom with the toothbrush. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna hold you. It's taking me back to when my mother used to make me clean the walls. Like my mother used to make me it was one, a form of punishment in my mama household, and two, it taught, you know what I'm saying, like creativeness. Like don't use boredom as an excuse. You see what I'm saying? Like really like use your creativeness. Like my mama did not like the word bored. You couldn't use the word bored in the house coming up. Like bored? Oh, you bored? Got you. Go read that Bible. Mm-hmm. Go fold that laundry. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, by the way, I keep telling you, keep your hands off these walls. Go wash them walls. You see your fingerprints here, there. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you bored? Go organize your closet. You know what I'm saying? Little things like that. Like my mama knew how to get to us. Well, mainly me, because my brother knew. And my brother knew. Like he used to do little stuff, but he knew not to like take it over and beyond. But I was kind of like the one that was like trying to test my mama patience, if you would. You know what I'm saying? Um, it was kind of giving the energy of I'm the adopted child. I know you won't whoop my ass, but she was like, "Oh, you think I won't whoop you? Cool. I got something else for that little that little sarcastic tail. I got something for your little clever tail. I got something for you since you want to play." You know what I'm saying? I don't have to put my hands on you. I don't have to put my hands on you. You know what I'm saying? But since you want to play with my intelligence, let me show you how intelligent I am. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you. And I used to be like, dang, why did I have to like even say that? Why did I have to do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I would have just um stayed in a child's place, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, being ungrateful was unallowed in my mama house. It was unallowed. It was not allowed. Ungrateful, I'm gonna help you understand how blessed you are. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna help you understand how blessed you are. And I promise you by the time you when I'm done with you, you're gonna have a new understanding on your blessings. And I my right hand of goodness, I did definitely have a different understanding on my blessings. Like for real, for real. Yeah, somebody. It's typical. It's typical of the that come from. Um. Ooh. Wow. Whoa, I can't use that as an example right now. Do you know how fresh that is? You like trying to put my head on the platter? You trying to put my head on the platter? That's a little too fresh. I can't use that. But let me tweak it a little bit. Can I tweak it a little bit? Because I'm gonna tweak it a little bit because it's kind of giving an energy of mommy dearest was needed for the kids that jumped at mom. That was very unethical. Like that was I look. Not only were those children being used by the enemy, but um definitely definitely mommy dearest needed to raise them kids. Um I'm not big on speaking on parenting because I'm a parent and I was on the phone earlier and I had told a good friend of mine, I was like, if I was in that situation, I don't know what I would have done. I don't know what I would I don't know what I would have done. I don't know what I would have done. Um I am a firm believer of spanking the butts, but not abusing the child, you know what I'm saying? Because in the Bible it says, you know what I'm saying, spare not the child and spoil the rod, you know what I'm saying? But that lady was pregnant. That lady was pregnant. She was pregnant. That's a new life coming into formation. You know what I'm saying? Coming into creative, you know what I'm saying? And they could have snatched that from her. It's neither nobody nor the enemy's decision to say whether or not she should be or shouldn't be parenting more than one to two or three or four or five or six, however many kids she has. Because that's the energy that is giving. Outside of the fact that, that was one of her kids had a bully, and that's why that kid had rallied up some kids to pick on that little boy and jump on that mom and the other sibling. You know what I'm saying? It was given jealousy or whatever the case may be, a little bit of, I'm hearing your mama on crack rock. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, kids are cruel. Kids are very, very cruel. That is not cool. That's not cool. I don't wish that on nobody. Like, what she went through should not be okay. That's not okay. That's not okay. That's not okay. That's not okay. Because, like, literally, what if she would have actually lost that child? Like, what if, like, that's not attempted murder, that's murder. The attempting part comes where they jumped on her and she's carrying a child. And, you know, I saw the video of, I ain't got the kahunas to watch the dang on actual video. I saw snippets of the video of the mom and that child being jumped on, and it like, whoo, Jesus. Um, I ain't gonna hold you. Everybody is nice and holy until a situation like that happens, cause that's something different. That right there brings another side out of people. Like, them demons was like, she a very humble person because the other parents that I seen speaking on it, they demons was ready. They demons would have been ready. They demons would have been ready to have some casket carrying or some hospital bringing, you know what I'm saying, type situations. She was a very humble one. And she was she was caught very much so in a pickle because she's carrying a child, she's protecting children of hers that came out of her womb that the father blessed her with, you know what I'm saying? And she also got to protect herself. to stay alive to be able to raise all of those. So she's a man. I don't know what I would have done. Because, like I said, there's a little girl in my daughter's school picking on my 9-year-old. My 9-year-old is special need. You know what I'm saying? And I did have to tell that teacher, like, I'm going to need y'all to handle this before I have to handle it myself, because people think that sweet, kind, humble individuals are not allowed to ride. You know what I'm saying? And that's not true. That's not true. Even the Father has a ride side. Like, it says clearly in his Bible, I came to bring war and not peace, because the enemy keep playing with him. He keep trying to force his hand. Like, you say you did, so you know what I'm saying? He already done tempted the Father on the mountain. You know what I'm saying? Like, you say who you are, jump. And Father was like, Satan, get thee behind me. Stop playing with me. You know what I'm saying? But talk about testing of the faith. That would have definitely been a test of my faith. I'm not gonna hold you. That would have definitely been a test of my faith. Small don't mean weak all the time. I don't know who ever told somebody that, because I was taught the bigger they are, the harder they fall, baby. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And when I saw the video earlier, it's a few videos circling on the social medias and stuff like that. But the last recent video that I saw, she's a little petite, little small woman. She look like she almost ain't no bigger than me. But I used to be smaller than what I am. You know what I'm saying? And that woman, not only is she with child and have children, she has sickle cell. I have a cousin that has sickle cell, and sickle cell ain't nothing to play with. You see what I'm saying? Your weight can go up, down. You know what I'm saying? You in and out the hospital. It just intervenes. It just intervenes on your temple in so many different ways. Like, sickle cell ain't nothing to play with. Folks have died from sickle cell. You know what I'm saying? So, and I ain't gonna hold you. I also saw the last most recent video where she was coming to the people to let them know that she was and is going to be not was, but is going to be pressing charges. And I'm very proud of her for doing that, because you have a lot of very judgmental people, a lot of very judgmental people that don't know how to think and judge from the right mental space, let alone heart space. You know what I'm saying? Spiritual space, if you would. So I ain't gonna hold you. I'm proud of her. I'm very, very proud of her for, like, yeah. She had a talk with the Father, was like, what do you think I should do? You know what I'm saying? Not only did she have a talk with her baby daddy, like, what do you think I should do? She about talked to a lot of folks and was like, what do you think I should do? And a lot of folks was like, look, this is what you need to do. And she came out with the video and was like, yeah, I'm going to be pressing charges. You know what I'm saying? So, I was very much so also in a situation where I was with child. What child was I carrying? I was carrying my third oldest child, and me and the Father had got into a heated debate. And in that moment, I realized, outside of other situations, that he didn't care about his other children, let alone the child that I was bringing in this world of his. You see what I'm saying? And I was put in a pimp's decision, and I gathered my things and I walked my butt home. You know what I'm saying? And his niece noticed how serious the situation was, and she walked home with me. You know what I'm saying? And people don't understand, like, if you really don't have kids, yes, you do have the love for children, but it's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same versus having some that came out your womb. Like, it's a different type of connection. It's a different type of connection. It's not the same type of connection that you will have with a niece or a nephew or a grandchild. Some would say it is, but it is not. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. Because you have to understand that you are very much so responsible solely for that child. You know what I'm saying? It's not like in a position where you can give them back to the parent. You know what I'm saying? A niece or a nephew or a grandchild. You know what I'm saying? You can't give it back. When you are a parent of a child, you can't give it back. You got to deal with that child. You got to deal with them children. You know what I'm saying? Whether the father or the mother, whoever is or isn't in the picture, you know what I'm saying? So solely speaking on when the parents are in the picture and they're doing it mostly by themselves or whatever the case may be, you can't give them back. And when they're taken, they don't come back. What if they would have killed one of that woman's kids outside of that unborn child in her womb? It's hard for all parents, whether you're wealthy or not. Your kids are going to try you. Kids are going to try us. Oh, you say you used to go through this? Let me see. You say you used to be gangster like this when you was coming up? Let me see. You say you used to run with this gang when you was coming up? Let me see. Kids are going to try us. Even as special needs children, I have moments where they try my intelligence. You know what I'm saying? They try my patience. And outside of like when I was speaking in my last live, like I need some prayer, baby. Y'all don't understand. Being a parent is not easy with or without support. It's not easy. There was one mom that had did a video and she was expressing to her son and helping him understand that majority of Chicago was after them for doing that. And she let her own child know, like, look, I'm not gonna help you. I hope you're not gonna help you, is what she told her son. I hope you know I'm not gonna help you. Cause you know I don't play that. It's pretty much in so many words what she was trying to let that young boy understand. And the way he was standing there, he knew, oh, snap, we done effed up. We done effed up. I ain't gonna hold you. The little girl, it was another little girl, it's a little semi-heavy set brown skinned little girl that went live. And the lady was like, all right, she was like, what she say? She said, let's be mindful, this is a child. Not when you're doing activities like that. Because you got to understand, depending on the severity of the action, law is going to see you as an adult, because certain actions are only supposed to be done by an adult. So the law is going to see them as an adult. Like I pray that ooh, Jesus, them kids don't come across a judge that is just like, hopefully, first and foremost, not racist. And secondly, just like not, you know what I'm saying? I pray that that judge has children. Man. Because the way that the father is about to rain down on this situation, outside of her pressing charges, the way that the father is about to rain down on that situation, it's not a joke. My 4-year out there being a spoiled brat. I hear that little whine. She being a spoiled, she being a spoiled brat. She, like I said, my 4-year thinks she run this house, and I be having to let her help her understand. Like, hold on, shorty, you came out of me. I didn't come out of you. You know what I'm saying? I'm busting my tail to keep this roof over your house, not the other way around. So, pipe down, little mama. Pipe down, or I'm gonna have to help you pipe down. That's what we go through as parents. We have to help our kids understand, pipe down, or I'm gonna help you pipe down. And it's a tricky situation. It's a sticky situation, because the way that the law sees certain things, it's like, who playing both sides in that? I'm hearing somebody playing both sides in that. Somebody playing both sides in that. Like, what? How do you play both sides in that? It's right and there's wrong. Wrong is wrong and right is right. And everything in that situation was wrong. How can you play both sides with that? How can you even muster up the galls to play both sides with that? This is a type of situation where you got to put your big draws on. Like, for real. Right on the nose. You got to put your big draws on with that one. You do have, I'm hearing you have some people out there that have a heart. Then you get, I heard, is there a heart? Is there a heart in the house tonight? You got some ancestors that want to take it easy on them kids because they understand that kids can be kids, but this was like a life or death type situation. It was a lot of them kids against one woman carrying a child. I don't know how far along she was or is because they ain't really like shined a light on none of that. But I'm for sure when it comes to her pressing charges and they got to go to court, all of that is going to be evaluated into the situation. It's one of them kids' parents harping, is there a heart in the house tonight? No, baby. Do you not understand your child almost took a life or two or a coming? Is there a heart in the house tonight? Are you serious? Father's telling me to tell the truth. I probably would have bought one or two or three of them. I ain't gonna hold you. I probably would have bought one or two or three of them. Just, just got a quick little snoop, snoop, snoop in. Mm. Because honestly, if the shoe was on the other foot and she was not as humble as she is, and she would have did more than a snoop, snoop, snoop to them kids, the judge would be nailing her to the dang on jail cell. Not just the cross, but the jail cell. Like, I mean, just hanging in the jail cell. Like, yeah. That's how the judge would have done it had she really did them kids how he was supposed to have been done. But I also thought about the situation of the fact that the little boy was a bully to one of her kids, but I'm the kind of person that I like to see things from all angles. When I discipline my kids and I see, like, let's say my 4-year-old and my 6-year old combating with each other, I ask, if I catch, what I'm saying, if I catch it in time or I catch something in time, I discipline the one that I caught doing something bad. Then I ask the other one, what did you do to provoke this one to do that to you? Or what did you do to provoke that one to you? Like, what did that child do to, what I'm saying, provoke that kid to do that? Like, what happened? I don't remember seeing a video about what actually caused the whole jumping outside of bullying. I ain't gonna hold you. I just pray I never be in a situation like that. I pray that I never be in a situation like that because again, I probably would have got a little snoop snoop in, but I also like it's tricky. It's 50-50. It's so 50-50. It's so 50-50. And that 100% can be a shaky valid, like a very shaky valid, 100%. Mm. Okay, perfect example. Years ago, my oldest boy, I was pregnant with my second oldest, right? And a few doors down, my neighbor had offered to do my hair for my baby shower. You know what I'm saying? One of my cousins was throwing me a baby shower, right? And it was the day of the baby shower. We was trying to finish up my hair, right? And you know what I'm saying, my son was chilling with her kids and stuff like that, and somehow they ended up in the basement playing and being kids, and they had, I think, 2 to 3 pit bulls if I remember correctly. And my son came upstairs holding his face, and I'm thinking he was being goofy because my kid is a very goofy kid. Like, he's a very, like, when he's in a very, like, he's a very lighthearted kid, you know what I'm saying? um he's one of them kind of kids. I had to force him to really like stand up for himself because that's how sweet he is, that's how cool he is. And I'm also going through that with my 9-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to defend yourself. You know what I'm saying? You understand, and I understand that you're going through some mental and emotional difficulties right now that a lot of us don't have answers for, but you have to know when to stand up for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And in this particular situation, like I said, we was at the neighbor house and I was getting my hair done. I was getting some not micros, kinky twist put in my head, right? And she was like halfway done. And like I said, my son came up out the basement. He was holding his face. And I'm thinking he being goofy because the look on his face, I'm thinking he was being goofy. But what I'm realizing years down the line, I misread the facial expression and the body language. And once I realized that something was wrong, I asked him what was wrong. He was scared to show me because he my kid is the kind of kid, he knows how I am. He know how I am about, you know what I'm saying, him at the time, and my soon to be, born second born, you know what I'm saying, who is now 9 years old. Um and I had to like get serious with him and ask him like, stop playing to the, you know what I'm saying, what's wrong? You know what's going on? What's wrong? And when he moved his damn face was split because the dog had launched at him. And like, if the dog wouldn't have let go, he would have took my baby goddamn lip off. And when I saw it, I damn near gave birth in that woman's living room. I damn near gave birth in that woman's living room when I saw my baby face. And it was like so much shock. Like, I was trying to be calm because I didn't want to go into pre-labor. I didn't want to scare him even more. You know what I'm saying? It was like a lot going on. And everybody was like, it was kind of pissing me off because the young lady that was doing my hair, there was no sense of immediate urgency there. Like, I felt everything in the atmosphere. And it was like, it was like, after everything clicked, I hopped up and was like, I need a paper towel, I need some tissue, I need this, I need that. Like, somebody called 911, da 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 da. And I immediately called the father of the child that I was carrying, and I let him know what happened. And man, he's a good one. This is how I also realized that the man had a temper issue. You know what I'm saying? Because the look on his face and how red his eyes was. How red his eyes was. But he's the kind of individual, he know that I'm not immediately big on violence, but if it really need to go there, then it can go there. You know what I'm saying? And he said eventually he was like, okay, so what do you want to do? And I was like, one of them called 911. And he was like, we ain't got time to wait on 911. You know what I'm saying? At the time we had a vehicle. So we hopped in the car and we rushed him to the hospital, you know what I'm saying? And everything in me wanted to just say, I'm finna whoop your motherfucking ass. Cause how you got pits around your own kids, and this dog done attacked the same kid that plays with them on a regular basis. And I kept asking my son just to be sure, like, did you do anything to the dog? Because I tried to teach my child, I tried to teach my kids that everybody don't raise you how I raise you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't, like, if we had a pet, they might not, you know what I'm saying, train their pet how I train my pet. So I kept asking them, did you do anything to this animal to provoke this damn dog to do this to you? You know what I'm saying? And he kept just saying, no, 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 no. But I also know that my child will lie to keep me from whooping his ass or getting in his ass. That's the other part of parenting. It's so many different aspects and levels to parenting. That's why I've learned to not speak on certain things when it comes to parenting. That's why I say this is a very tricky, sticky situation. Very tricky, sticky situation. And of course, unfortunately, my child had to get 8 stitches in his face. 8 stitches in his face. You know what I'm saying? And it pisses me off because I didn't do anything about it. Because we was freshly moved into that neighborhood, and I didn't know how it would unravel. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a tricky situation also. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, wow, with the parenting. This shit ain't easy, baby. This is not, it's not for the weak. That's why when certain young girls get pregnant, it's like, do you really understand what you're getting yourself into? Because if I would have understood confirmation, if I would have understood what I was really sincerely getting myself into, I probably would have just gone and had that abortion. But I didn't want to displease the father. I felt like I was going to like I felt on so many different levels that I was going to displease the father, so I kept my child. You know what I'm saying? And did everything in my power to make sure that he was good, safe, clothed, fed, etc., etc. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad. Okay, I'm glad that she didn't put her hands on them kids. I'm glad that she didn't put her hands on them kids because, like I said, the scenario would have been different. The perspectives would have been different. Like they would have really tried to nail that woman to the cross. She's getting leniency because she didn't put her hands on them kids. Like she's actually the victim. Her and her kids are actually sincerely, solely, only the victims. But it's like the world is so programmed to think that maybe one of them, the little kid that was being bullied, did something to provoke that child to do that. And who knows? They not really shining a light on none of that. They just showing that the woman got jumped on with her kids. I don't know how this message just turned to that. Like, but it's definitely a parent in that situation that's trying to harp and say is their heart. Like that's the energy that they're giving. Like, can y'all show my child some leniency? Like, can you have a heart? And it's kind of hard because sometimes kids know what they be doing. Sometimes kids know what they be doing. That's why I go about my parenting the way that I go about my parenting. I was taught this by my auntie that raised me, baby. You know what I'm saying? You got to evaluate. You got to be like a scientist. You got to be like a investigator when it comes to parenting. This shit ain't easy. It's not 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 easy. The old me is saying, the old me is saying, that was my camera doorbell, my doorbell camera going off. Um, the old me is saying I would have got a couple little snooze in, but the new me is like, nah, I'm glad that she didn't put her hands on them kids because the law would have nailed her to the cross, baby. They would have tried to make her feel bad for defending her kids. They would have tried to make her feel like crap. You know what I'm saying? For understanding that if I don't defend my kids, something bad can happen. By the grace of God, nothing severely happened to none of them. No weapons or nothing was used. It was just strictly just old school bop, 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 bop unnecessarily. But there is literally a parent hollering, is there a heart in the house tonight? How? Because the question is, what would you do if you was a parent? And it feel like outside of the parent of the child that was involved in the situation that's hollering, is there a heart in the house? There are some other individuals. It's given three different types of energies: parents, non-parents, and the parent of the child that's in the situation hollering, is there a heart in the house tonight? And it's like, you people with no kids, go sit down somewhere. Go take several seats. Go take several seats. Let the parents deal with this. Let the parents deal with this. Cause you gotta think different, you gotta move different, you gotta love different, you gotta understand different, you gotta, oh Jesus, it's hey, it's not good. Cause they went to them, it's people that went to them parents' houses and things of the such. And I'm from Chicago, so it's some ruthless individuals in Chicago, baby. Of course, it's some ruthless individuals in each city, state, country, all of that. But I was born and raised in Chicago, so I understand it through and through. Even on the north side of Chicago, where I was raised from, It wasn't all peachy cream, even though the environment looked like something you see out of a dang on housing magazine. And it's a lot of businesses and a lot of condos and houses and good schools and things of the such. There still is a ghetto side. I used to travel through it all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I wasn't always peachy cream coming up. I wasn't. I wasn't. And my mama knew it when I got in that first little fight, and she looked at me and she was like, "And you, Miss Macon, didn't hit her back?" And I was in my head like, "But you would have nailed me to the cross if I would have hit that little girl back." I didn't hit her back because for one, she was younger than me, and I knew that was an upper hand on my end. I'm stronger than you. I'm older than you. I'm bigger than you. I can squash you like a roach under my foot if I really chose to, no matter who was around. But I'm very glad that she's pressing charges. I ain't gonna hold you. Unfortunately, the law is gonna do what they're gonna have to do because they are gonna see them kids as an adult. This is like gonna change their whole understanding, heart, soul, everything is gonna be changed after this. It's gonna mess up their records. If I'm not mistaken, they were young, so this has to stay on their record until they like 18 or something of the sort. You know what I'm saying? Unless somebody got some money to get it expunged before it's time to be depleted. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't nothing that you play about. Like, that was crazy. That was crazy. That was real crazy. I really want to know what provoked that outside of bullying. I really want to know what provoked that. Because, like I said, I told that teacher, like, you understand how my child is. For one, she's special need, and two, she's sweet as pie. Outside of her difficulties, I'm gonna need y'all to really handle this because last year I talked to y'all about the little girl bullying my baby, and nothing was done. Like, her daddy was ready to go up there and raise hell. He was like, "Look," he called me. He was like, after I told him what had happened, he called me back and we was talking. And he was like, "I think I need to go up to the school." And I told him, I said, "No, Vaughn, I know how you are." He said, "I know because either my child is not gonna be able to go to the school no more, or I'm gonna end up in jail." And I was like, "I know, so you can't go up there. You can't go up there." So I went up there. You know what I'm saying? And of course, still nothing was done because I guess it's the type of, we see this on a regular basis. Who gives a fuck if we see this on a regular basis? Nip this shit in the bud. Nip this shit in the bud. Because if I was really over here teaching my daughter to mollywop mother suckers, everybody be looking at me like, "Oh, it starts from the home, da 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 da." And I ain't gonna hold you. I got a good understanding. You know what I'm saying? We was on that school bus, and I was escorting my not yeah. I was chaperoning my daughter field trip, and I got a whiff and a wind and an understanding of what type of mother that girl is being raised by, and I was like, "Oh, okay, 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 okay," because she was really trying to jump off at the jaws like her child was in the right. No, baby, no. Your child understand that my child has special needs. Why does she think it's okay to do that? Destroy my baby fresh new little school boots, winter boots. Like, what? And when she got wind that I told the teacher and we was on the bus, like, she was saying some shit under her breath on the phone. I'm like, "Lord Jesus, you still working on me." So, and I understand we on this bus with all these babies and this and this and that and da 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 da. So I'm gonna need you to like really pipe her down. You know what I'm saying? And a little bit further into the situation, the teacher was like, "All right, we need to be quiet now. The bus driver's trying to drive." You know what I'm saying? And she kind of piped it down. Like, I'm gonna need some understanding right now, Jesus, because Facts like kumbaya, my lord. Kumbaya. I'll be trying to keep the kumbaya going for real. Cause I've seen some things get ugly. Like, ugh, life is tricky. Life is tricky. That's why I'm like, yeah, thank you, Lord, for setting me aside. Thank you for um working on me the way that you working on me, because it takes nothing but a split second to lose everything. To lose everything. It take nothing but a split second. I wasn't even bit more thinking about this situation than Man on Moon. That's why I say this message took a turn. I wasn't bit more thinking about this situation than the Man on the Moon. That is not why I got on here. That is not the message that originally dropped in my spirit from the Father. Not at all. But no, I don't know. But the new me is like, um, can we chop it up? You know what I'm saying? Or you're gonna have to reprimand them before I do. The police gonna have to reprimand them before I do, because mm, hiccups. Mm, excuse me. Mm, mm, mm. I don't know. I don't know, because again, the Father said he's still working on me, y'all. He's still working on me. You know what I'm saying? That was definitely a my hands are tied type situation. Those type of situations, that was she going through, and everything that I gave an example of. You know what I'm saying? Understanding from a parent's perspective, hands tied is an understatement. Understatement. Because you don't want anything wrong to happen to your child, whether your child was right or wrong. But still, sometimes kids do need to be disciplined according to what they're doing, so they'll know not to never do it again. Do y'all remember that TV show Scared Straight? Maybe they should be taken on Scared Straight. Do that show even still exist? Do that show even still exist? Somebody like they would have been scared straight. Once I got through with them, they would have been scared straight. It's the type of energy I also just picked up on. Like, wait a minute now. Because when I think about the two videos that I seen with the mom and the father of the unborn child, I don't know if he's the father of the other two that was with her, but they real, you know what I'm saying, cool, or whatever the case may be. Everybody got that cool side, then you got that, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So um he definitely gave a somewhat supportive type mate. He was definitely keeping it cool for the entire situation. Like, goodness gracious, I wouldn't know how to um deal with that. Have a sickle cell and being pregnant. Jesus. Mm. That's why I don't mind showing sympathy. Especially if I've never been in a situation, I don't mind showing sympathy, because it's like I in certain situations I don't know what I would have done. Like I said, the old me would have got a couple of snooze, probably. But the new me is like more evolved and more mature, and it's like, nah, let's think about the kids. But yeah, what they did was wrong. What they did was wrong. That was dangerous. That was dangerous. That was very dangerous, because they don't know who she know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if the individuals that was going to the parents' houses are people of her. You know what I'm saying? Or it was just, supportive bystanders. You know what I'm saying? Because you do have people that will stand up and, you know what I'm saying, stand up for what's right. Stand up for your rights. You know what I'm saying? Type people. You do have them type people. And then you got your family that are like, hey, look, you touch mine. Because in the Bible, Father also talk about eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. So That's also why it's very important to read your Bible, because Father, he's not always all about peace. Not at all. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. No. No. The rain of fire, the floods, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Sodom and Gomorrah, like he ain't all about peace all the time. He's not all about peace. Mm-mm. 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 He ain't always about peace. That man flipped them tables over. He said, "Do y'all see what y'all doing to my father's temple?" He said, "What is y'all doing?" He flipped them damn tables like, "Y'all better stop playing with my daddy. Stop playing with him. Put some respect on his name. Like, stop playing, stop playing, stop playing, stop playing, stop playing. Stop playing. Folk out here play too damn much. And then be, no. Even my little crazy butt know when not to play, know when not to laugh. Father be like, "Hey, look, you better not crack a smile." And I be like, "I ain't see nothing. I ain't heard nothing. I ain't seen nothing." You know what I'm saying? Because he gonna get everybody. Oh, baby. Everybody gotta pay. These are them kind of situations. This here situation, it's gonna be a lot of individuals that's gonna pay. Father is the life giver. She was carrying life. Y'all out here tampering with people's lives like y'all God. No. That's not what we do. That's not what we do. We are children of the Most High. We are supposed to be carrying ourselves as such. Because what? Wow. 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 I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I look. I was thinking yesterday, I'm like, who do I call to talk about this situation? Because I literally had to sit my daughter down and help her understand, like, this is the kind of people that are nice and these are the kind of people that are mean. You know what I'm saying? Because she really don't understand. My child is 9, but she kind of got the complexity and the mental capacity of like a 4 to like a 3 to a 5-year old, but she's in the 4th grade. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it was very hard for me to help her understand that. And my daughter tried to stand up for the little girl. Like she tried to get a little buck with me when she came home because I realized her bees was missing. Like, I was like, wait a minute, some more bees fell out? And she was like, no. And I'm like, well, what happened to them? And she was like, Evelyn took them out. And I'm like, this little girl again. And she goes, say, so Mom, she's actually being nice to me. No, sweetheart. No, your friends don't want you walking around looking like a bat out of hell. No, baby. I understand. Okay, back in the days, girls used to play in each other's hair and stuff like that. For me, my mama didn't play that. Because I was that child that used to get my hair done every 2 weeks at the shop. You know what I'm saying? So, why you letting folk play in your hair? You wasting my money. And in my scenario, I was like, Mama, why you letting her play in your hair? I did all that hard work. While you was sitting there crying, fussing because I didn't hit a few kinks and naps. I'm the one that got to sit here for about an hour and a half, 2 hours doing these pretty hairstyles. And it was like slowly but surely starting to click. And I'm like, did you just say the little girl just pinched you on your arm on the bus the other day? Why you trying to tell me she be nice to you? No. Shorty playing both sides. Bookie bop. I'm going to need you to understand, Shorty really ain't your friend. And she broke down because my baby just want a friend so damn bad. Because you got parents out here not teaching their kids to respect and be nice to special needs children. You got kids out here taking advantage of special needs kids. I don't give a fuck who got something to say about it. But no, that none of the situation was cool. Bullying is not cool. Jumping on nobody is not cool. I remember back in the days, like one on one. The little girl that I let, she didn't beat me up because I let her. I let her. You know what I'm saying? Um, my mama walked me back down there and she was about to, you know what I'm saying, make me one on one shorty. Like, mm, mm, mm. Somebody got some money coming or about to spend some money. Hmm. That's why I keep mine to myself, baby. Like we go out, we do things, I do fun things with them. I spend a nice amount of money on my kids. All of this did dot 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 do dot dot. You know what I'm saying? But I've learned to keep my kids at bay with certain people and environments and things of the such. I've learned the hard way. I have learned the hard way. I ain't gonna hold you. And I was about to say I'm glad her father is not in nowhere near in the area and he don't really understand what's going on because that stroke done like messed up his mind. So it's like his memory and his like his attention span is on a whole nother planet right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of glad he can't understand what's going on because I think this time he would have went up to that school and showed his natural dark skin behind because he don't play about that little girl and that's his only child. He don't play about that little girl. He don't play about no kids. The look on his face when my firstborn got bit by that damn dog, he looked at me like his eyes was bloodshot red, like he was ready to snap. Because before we even got pregnant with our child, my firstborn was, you know what I'm saying, they was, you know what I'm saying, they was Ace Boone Coons. Like he'd go there about that boy. You know what I'm saying? So he was looking at me like, I don't want to go to jail. I need to be free. You close to having this baby. So, like he asked, he was like, what do you want me to do? And that's when it just clicked. He was like, let's go. We went to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? We rushed him to the hospital. Mm. That's not it is what it is type of situation. I mean, it kind of is, but it's not, but it is, but it's not, but it is. So I was about to say, thank you for tuning in. It is what it is. But because I'm about to go on and wrap this on up. Most definitely. It's like something burning. Mm. But yeah, I guess it is what it is type situation. That's kind of an out of our hands type situation. If you would, I feel so bad for them kids. I wish they would have never made that decision. I wish they never would have made that decision. Mm-mm. Folks out here doing the stupidest stuff for clout, for pay, for attention, for love, and it's not gonna end. It's not gonna end the way that you think it's gonna end. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Father know how I get when I'm at my wits end. That's why he really put his foot down on me. It was like, all right, look, I'm gonna need you to step away from this situation. I'm gonna need you to get out of this relationship. Yes, you got kids by this person, etc., etc. But I'm gonna need you to step out the way. I'm gonna need you to come on up out of that and let me deal with that. Hmm. Mm. But I thank y'all for tuning in to Elevating Role. But that is the message for tonight. Like I said, it took a weird turn. It took a weird turn. It took a nice little weird turn. It took a nice little weird turn. Nice little weird turn. Mm. But yeah, that is the message. Thank you for tuning in to Elevating Role. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you. I definitely, definitely do. And me personally, I don't give a fuck what nobody think about me, baby. I don't. So, yeah. Thank you for tuning in to Elevating Row. I'm out.